Hey everybody, it's Hoshka. In this video, we're in Halo 5, and I'm going to show you how to skip all the major fights with a neat little out of bounds trick in the game's final level, Guardians. The first half of this mission is pretty straightforward. Listen to a lot of talking, ride a gondola with more talking, then run. But once you make it to this particular door, that's when things start to get a little rough. You have to destroy 5 cores, then press a button, then press 2 more buttons while fighting a bunch of enemies, and then riding another elevator to the final objective. I mean, come on, what is it with this franchise and their obsession with elevator rides? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and skip all of that. Once you enter this area, the first thing that you want to do is highlight the core. That's going to allow your teammates to attack it while you're off doing what we're talking about right now. You want to jump up this ledge, trade out your weapon for the Vorpal Talon. What's special about this sword is not only does it increase your movement speed like the other swords, but it allows you to have a longer hang time while using Smart Link, as well as give you 2 thrusts instead of 1. Now, hop in a Ghost and head towards Epsilon Core. You need to get to this ledge. Sprint towards this rock, thrust right as you hit it, and then clamber up if need be. Turn left, and now we want to get to this ledge. Sprint, jump, thrust, and stabilize. It can be helpful to spam crouch while hovering, but don't be afraid to use another thrust to get there. Next, we want to get over to this area. Using the black mark as a cue, sprint, jump, and thrust to the right of the marker. Now would be a good time to go ahead and wait for your teammates to destroy the core. This will give you a checkpoint for practicing later on. Now, you want this to be your cue. Walk up towards it, and as you feel yourself starting to slip left, thrust and hold right on the left stick. This section here is by far the most difficult part of this trick, mainly due to the narrow path. Going too far left or right causes you to lose your footing and then sends you off the ledge to your death. I'm not gonna lie, you will die here a lot at first, so this is where the checkpoint comes in handy the most. I would advise getting a feel for what you can and can't walk on at a nice slow pace. Anyway, here's your next focal point. Walk to it, and once you get close, you want to look in this direction and start crouch walking. If done right, you should be walking into a wall. So, strafe left slightly, and once you find yourself moving forward again, thrust twice to enter the next area. If you happen to miss and fall down to ground level, you need to revert checkpoint because you're trapped behind the map now and there's no way back up. Once you're here, move forward while hugging the left wall. You come to this nook that won't let you go anymore without turning. That's how you know you're at the right spot. Crouch and strafe left, and that'll get you past the barrier and to the top of the building. Once here, follow the line to this thing. Once you're at about the middle of it, turn left 90 degrees and drop straight down. There's a little bit of an invisible ramp below to catch you. For Legendary, it's a bit different, as the turrets and snipers ensure instant death. So, once you get to the line, you have a little bit of cover from the rocks to your right. Just strafe left a little bit and drop down like we did before. This area here is the solid ramp I was talking about. So, we want to jump forward, thrust, and ground pound to this area in front of the door. Now just turn until you're facing this structure, and sprint, jump, and thrust to get as close as you can. Once these gray fins are almost out of your screen, you want to stabilize. You'll know you did it correctly if you get the cinematic bars at the top and bottom. Now, while still hovering, hold right and start spamming the jump button. Once you see the background change, immediately double thrust to your right. Climb these 2 rocks and jump down to here. Now, this part all depends on audio cues. Once Locke says,
"Only one of us has to reach the relay to stop her,"
you want to sprint, jump, double thrust, and stabilize towards the right side of the fins. Start charging your ground pound around when he says,
"This far just to watch her leave."
Aim it down to the left of this line, and then release it when he says the word
"Exuberant."
If done correctly, you're back into the map, free to finish the last part like normal. You know, run up the ramp, get knocked down a bunch of times, crawl to the relay, tear it open, destroy it, while almost blacking out until Vale helps you up. Or, as we go up the ramp, we hit a series of triggers that cause the pulses. Keep in mind, there are plenty of ways to do this, but this is how I set it up. As you approach the crest of the ramp, there's normally a pulse ready to go off. Try to position yourself so that you're standing in the back part of these set of lines when it goes off. Once you get up, walk forward, jump, thrust one time, jump again, and stabilize. This area right here is your end trigger. Our goal is for the next blast to down us as we thrust across this point like so. See? No real crawling, no messing with the relay, just straight to the helping hand. Wonder what happened there? Well, the usual animation you get from being downed by a pulse actually cancels out the relay destruction animation, creating a nice 28 seconds of time save. And there you have it. A mission with a 28-minute par that can now be completed in less than 1/4 of that time. Hopefully this was helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Hauschka, and till next time, see you guys.